Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9, Best of Season 9, live fan debate. Yes, we're doing this on a Saturday night. I know it's very rare we stream on a Saturday night, and in fact, this was not even planned. I got a lot of messages, and it's a big deal because tomorrow is the finale, and I think there's a feeling people are going to want to talk about the finale. We're not talking about it tonight, so please, no spoilers. Spoilers will get you warned. They'll get you blocked. People are here to have a good time to talk about episode 1 to 15, what we liked about the season so far. Without getting into the spoilers, there's going to be plenty of time to talk about that stuff tomorrow. We'll have designated chats to get into it. I got a lot of stuff to say before we get into, well, not a lot of stuff because some people, they don't want to hear a lot of stuff. I'll do it really quickly. So first of all, we've got a couple brand new patrons. I want to say what's up to Christina, also to Victor Corbin. Thank you so much. And we got a whole lot of new members. You guys are seeing like half the screen is green. We got custom emojis out there. This started with mod emojis. We got all those unlocked. And then we got the kill shot emoji. We got that unlocked. And then we decided for our 40th member, which came about a week ago, we decided we would do a Superfan, and I'm pleased to announce that that Superfan is none other than William Finney. We call him, was William the Billboard, but we call him Will the Bill, and everybody in green, if you guys can do me a favor, can you flash the William Finney emoji? It is hot, I got to tell you. It is something that no one on this channel has ever done. It is a 999 Army tattoo. We put it up for a vote, and there you can see it right there. That is William Finney rocking the 999. It's a lot of red, right? Rocking the red shirt with the tattoo. So William, very well deserved. I also want to say nobody else lost. Everybody else that was voted or nominated as a Superfan is just going to transition over next month. It's going to be somebody different and somebody different, somebody different. So don't feel bad for the people who didn't come in first place. Because next month, I think it might be, I don't know, I'll go through the list, but we'll get you guys, we'll get everybody included in that. I love seeing the whole screen light up with William's tattoo. It's cracking me up. That's good stuff. Pete D super chatting it. Pete D says, thanks Kills and Mods for the extra chat tonight. Very cool. I do have to tell you, Pete D is on that list as well. I don't know which month Pete D is going to become the official 999 Superfan. It's 3 or 4 months down the road, but Pete D got a lot of votes as well. You guys have seen Pete. Mitch Puddin is on there. June Smith is on there. Kimberly M. I mean, it's a good group. Crystal, the singer chick, is on there. Great stuff. Tom Ferrer is already chiming in. He's like, Kills, I get the ads, but 905 was my favorite. 905 was good. We're going to get to you in 1 second, Tom. I swear. I promise you. I got one more announcement I have to make, and this is just something we're going to do in the future, and bear with me because it's a concept, but we got members, we got Patreons, we've got a lot of super chatters. Tom is a very, very well-known super chatter, likes to get the comments in there as well, and many of you do super chats. Patreons get opportunity to talk about certain subjects, and members will too. We're going to do a topic token for members once a week. We're going to sign these things. But we also did something in a previous stream, and for people who have like really good ideas, good concepts, the members every once in a while might flash this new thing that we have, and we gave away the first one today. So members, you guys can do me a favor, just for this time only, open up your custom emojis, and let's put some Kills coins up on the screen. Now people are probably like, what are Kills coins? This is our virtual currency, and it's going to allow us to actually focus in on someone's comment or give somebody a free super chat. We're not going to throw them out there like candy, but we did give away our first one today, and that was Lisa Khaleesi. It was for an idea. And from time to time, you'll see a member will flash something. Somebody's got a really good idea, or we'll take a vote on something. That's bright. Man, we're like spelling something. This looks like some cryptic code type of thing. Ron Burke, is that sexy or what? That is the official Kills coin, and that's what we did for our 50th emoji. So Lisa Khaleesi, I'm going to turn it over to you. So you got the first Kills coin. Spend it wisely. What's your topic? What's your favorite episode? What do you want to get as a permanent part of this stream? You let me know right now, and we're going to zoom in on your topic of conversation. And look, we're going to use those Kills coins on Freestyle Friday just for topic, anything that we want to do. You know what? It's our channel. We can build our channel any way we want to build it. There's no rules. There's no guidelines. The only rule, well, that was kind of contrary. The only rule is that we have a good time and, we make it a place where everybody wants to come hang out. That's the only deal. So you're going to see some unique stuff here that you probably don't see on other channels. And I do have one more bit of information too. Where's Khaleesi? We made a deal earlier. You get the coin, you got to be ready with your topic. So I got to see it. And no spoilers, anybody. Because if not, I'm going to jump over to Tom Ferreira. Tom Ferreira says 9:15 is the second favorite episode. Tom, I'm just interested to see how Scar's rated with you. I want to know that. All right, Khaleesi, let's get it. What is your topic token? What are you using the kills coin for? Kills coins are the currency form of the kill top. This is going to get a little crazy. It's okay. It's not a coffee with kills. It's not a rant. That I can promise you. The kill top. Everybody's moving up to the kill top. Fluff with a little bit of creativity. All right. I thought Khaleesi was going to be prepared and have everything written out. All right, we're going to have to get back to her. All right, we'll catch you a little bit later. You're not like sitting, holding on to that coin hoping it's going to make interest, because it has no monetary value. It's only good for these streams. All right, and the one last announcement I want to make, and then we'll get into, and it does. Oh, she did answer? Hold on, did I miss it? Mod's got to let me know. All right, if I missed it, we'll get back to it. Type it again for me, please. And while we're doing that, I do want to say one more thing, because a lot of you guys are, what are we going to unlock with the 60th? Because now YouTube, they get a little bit more stingy with their coins. It's like 60, and then it's 75, and then it's 90, and it just goes up and up and up. So you got to get more and more members to unlock the emojis. These emojis are actually like coins. They're like gold. But the next emoji, I want to do something and just pay tribute to The Walking Dead. And pay tribute to this season, which is what we're talking about. And it's 60 members. We're about 7 away right now. And there were probably 7 or 8 people that are already trying to become members. So I think we're going to get it relatively quick. It'd be awesome if we get it by tomorrow night during the reaction video, because there's going to be thousands of people in that video. We're going to do an Angela Kang emoji. We're going to do something that nobody else has ever done. It is going to be Angela Kang. That's what we're going to unlock. It is going to be a permanent part of our channel. She has turned it around, and that's what we're going to do. And then we'll vote on ones that we do after that. Could be a white horse, could be anything, but I think it's best to pay tribute to an amazing season. So Lisa Khaleesi says, how Judith told Michonne Negan is the only one that listens to her, and Negan told Michonne Judith is the only one that listens to him. Waiting for that bond to play out, and that is a great statement. Please, nobody, do not build on top of that. Do not give spoilers that you think are going to happen later on. That is a great comment. That is a great observation. That was a great moment. And in fact, it is one of mine. And not going to give you a spoiler, but there are other things in that bond that I do want to see play out, which is my favorite too, which is why I thought the comment earlier was great. You guys, like, Will the Bill is getting a little bit of FaceTime. I love it. Hey, don't worry. When you guys all get your custom emoji, it's going to be you up there. So we're going to rewind a little bit. This is our... Now, Tom, is where we're going to get a little bit more of your opinions, a little bit more of your input. So we're going to start out with the beginning of the season. And a lot of things we're going to talk about tonight are probably going to be, look, this is a long time ago. I mean, 13, 14, 15, all that stuff's fresh in your mind. But we're going all the way back to October. Do you guys remember the museum? Do you remember the music? The up-tempo music? Like, it was like that, right? And it was like Rick in the background. We've been rebuilding. It was a little hard. But we all came together. It was kind of, I don't know. I mean, it was nothing like that, but it was kind of something like that. But the whole teaser trailer was like real up-tempo. It was all about them building this bridge. It is a blur, right? That's why I want to give you a little bit of the bad background music. And then you see them, they're all at the museum. They're getting the seeds, and then they're pulling the rope because they got to get the, they got to get that horse and carriage thing. Right. Colleen's like, I almost don't remember that. It was so long ago, the cracking glass floor. I want to get everybody back into that moment, back into that mode, like all those things that happened. And you guys remember? We lost. We lost Earl and Tammy Rose's boy. What was his name? I'm sorry. I don't even remember the guy's name. That guy died so long ago, I don't even remember who he was. That was on the way back. I remember how he died. And the funny thing was, Ken. We lost Ken. There was I don't know if you guys remember this, and I'm not blaming any YouTubers. I get flack whenever we even bring this up. But there was a editing error in that where when Rick was on the road, you could hear a voice kind of in the background, and people thought, oh, that's whispers, that the whispers were there already. Which they weren't. But that was the talk of the town at that moment, because everybody knew the whispers were going to come out this season. So it was all about any clue you could get. And Delaware Sasquatch, absolutely. Let's not forget about the hanging. And let's not forget the moment when we first learned that Alden could sing. And the two little kids that came out and saw the hanging and had to turn around. So, long time ago. And the beginning of the season was kind of, it was up-tempo. And I think they wanted it to be bright because they gradually wanted it to deteriorate over time. To get darker and darker and darker. I do, Derek, but that was last season. That wasn't season 9. So then we got through the hanging. We got through the we're building. It was hard. But we got some windmills. All right, and then we'll stop. And then episode 2 was kind of about the bridge, right? It was about, Henry out there bringing them water, and then that big dude, he finally found out Henry was knocking down people with a stick. It's like, kid, go get me some water. And he comes back, and he's like, I don't want to share water with anybody else. I'm drinking all of it. And then Henry says, no, you can't have it, and I'm going to beat you with the stick. And then Daryl has to step in. Justin. So we had Justin and Jed started to make a name for himself. Remember Big Justin? And then Justin ended up getting exiled. We created all the drama there. So Daryl's had a couple fights, right? I mean, Daryl had fights with Aaron didn't lose his arm there. Bippo. I don't think it was 2. But Justin and Daryl got into it. Then they got into it again. And then, of course, Daryl fights later on. Justin, I love it. I love it. It's so long ago, people don't even remember who Justin was. I mean, I remember him. His name didn't pop in my head immediately. Fluff. That is actually good. But remember, Fluff, we're not giving Kills coins out like candy. I mean, I would probably, that comment was so good, I would probably flash one up on the screen like that. But it doesn't mean I would assign a Kills coin for a good comment. It might have to be a little better than that. But I am going to be looking. I am going to be looking for things. Almost seemed like it was 7 years ago. Your creativity is not wasted on me, my friend. And then didn't we have the checkpoints and little Rachel like sitting in a lounge chair, just like, you know, Eugene and Rachel and everybody else? Was that it? Was that in 2 when they had all their, like, yeah, had some really good lookouts, right? I don't remember the exact conversation, but it was probably like, this is Alpha Omega checking in, you know, just, yeah, they were communicating. They had a structure. Rick had them in position, had a plan. Oh man, Tom, you were super chatting me all over here. I'm going to have to try to mentally figure this out. You got some E5, E15, some 13, some 12. You got scars rated a little low, in my opinion. But we're going to go through those. So I'm going to kind of get everybody's mind working back to what all the episodes were about. The Rickroll Radio. So, oh, by the way, if you guys don't know who Justin is, he's if you look at the screen, Justin is the at the top, second picture from the left, by the way. I don't know if somebody already said that, but yeah, he's up there. Just a little reminder. Big dude up there on the screen. All right. Some of these are kind of in order. Or at least around the time that these things happen. If we start with the left and then we go top left Maggie, then Justin. And then when we get to 3, we got the warning signs. Signs everywhere. Signs. And we had the bridge out. Because the bridge was under construction. And then in episode 3, we had a little bit of a confrontation. Or as Alpha would say, there will be conflict. So there was some conflict, and you can see that's where the saviors were a little bit of uprising. Carol still rocking the short hair. Alden, not the first person to start a fight. I like how Alden is, he's kind of in between Rosita and Carol, but he kind of has his shoulder behind Carol, kind of like, you take him first. Alden doesn't seem like he's going to be the first person to jump in there and start throwing down. Paris, this is the hilltop. We're sending supplies to the sanctuary. Saviors are supposed to provide the labor. They were pissed off. They didn't have weapons. Oceanside women killed off a bunch of saviors. Tom Ferreira says, I like all episodes. It was hard to rank them. You know, it will, and I think we'll do a little bit of ranking tonight, Tom. Probably a little bit of ranking and a whole lot of reminiscing. Because certainly you'll see the chat pick up as we get closer and closer to the end, because it doesn't mean it was any less good. But let's go back. So after the Gregory scene, after the bridge scene, after the Saviors, first 3 episodes in. New beginning, the bridge, and warning signs. And I remember some of the scores you guys were giving it. How many people were slightly less than excited about the story that Angela Kang was building? Be honest. There was tons of anticipation about Rick. I remember that. But I don't think the first 3 episodes rated really high on the fan scale. I think there was some excitement because we knew something was still going to happen with Rick. Something was going to happen with Maggie. The Whisperers are going to be introduced. Tammy, I love them all, but sometimes I appreciate some of the good episodes after I see what comes after. So I would say, and when we did some of the fan polls after the reactions, a lot of people were giving it 7s, 8s, 8.5s. And boy, once we got to like the second half of the season, you guys were giving like 9.5, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11. It was going nuts. Dan Dev was so excited, he gave everything like a 65, and then he changed his name to Dan Dev 65. So the first 3 episodes, and as fast as it's been, it was a little bit like The Passage. Like, story's building, it's going to get crazy here in a hurry, but the story's building. We got Will the Bill with a super chat. Will the Bill, our super fan of the month of April, and it's a little bit early. I know it's a day early. Just want to say thank you to 909 family. Thank you, Kills, for making this an everyone wins contest, because everyone is family is just that, a winner and super fan. Sorry to interrupt the topic. Back to you. You know what, Will? I'm going to have to do this because you just super chatted, and I think that's a real nice thing to say in a very humble acceptance speech. So can everybody in green can you guys do the Will the Bill emoji? I just want the screen to light up in red. Let's get the 999 Army tattoo up on the screen. I mean, no offense to any other channel, because there's a lot of great channels out there. How many channels have a 999 Army tattoo? Come on. Look at this. This is awesome stuff. On a Saturday night, there's absolutely nothing I would rather be looking at right now than a Will the Bill 999 Army tattoo. All right, and thank you so much. They did. All right, so we get into 4. And 4 got a little bit tricky, right? We got a little bit more of the episode 4, The Obliged. And I think that's the one that might have started out with the Rick and Negan conversation. Just basically telling him, like, you ain't ever getting out. And then Negan's like, that's a real nice story, Rick the prick. When do I get to see it? And then, it's just a lot of Negan being jailed, and then Jadis. I think that's where Jadis and Father G started getting a little close in 4. You guys remember Jadis wanting to run away with Father G, and he didn't want to run away? Was he an A? Was he a B? D-Slice. What's up, Kills? I'm back. D-Slice is all the way from Australia, first of all. I want you guys to know that. Can you please shout out my beautiful wife, Riss? I told her I'd get a shout out from you. Rissmas tree. Oh, all right, there you go. Rissmas tree. Oh, Rissmas tree. Your leaves are ever changing. All right. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching all the way on the other side of the world. I appreciate that. We have got an awesome, awesome group of international fans. We've kind of done that in a couple streams. We just had everybody sort of say where they're from. And I'm just amazed at the different areas that are represented. Oh, that is... if I was a member, I might flash a Kills coin just for Fluff's second creative comment. I mean, that's a Christmas tree. How quick was that? I mean, see, there you go. Greg's getting the hang of it. But what I'd probably do is I'd probably just put up the coin and maybe put Fluff after the coin. So I kind of know. That's 2 good comments in a row. Now, I don't know if I'm going to award him a Kills coin, but I'm certainly saying he's getting awfully, awfully close. That's pretty clever. You follow up a super chat with a Christmas tree. Can't beat that. Natalie, when Rick and Daryl get into a fight and end up in a hole. Yes. That was in... I think that was in... Was that the end of 4 or the beginning of 5? You guys help me out with that. All right. I'm still going to veto the kills coin. I have to tell you guys, these things are going to be hard to earn. But I got fluff in my mind right now, so you never know. By the end of the stream, we could give out one of those coins. Tom Ferreira, what about the art of death? You know, I saw that, and if you guys don't know what the art of death is, it is an anagram of the characters who are on the pike. So if you spell them all out, supposedly it's art of death, right? Could have been Alden, but it wasn't. But there's enough A's in there. But they all were kind of decapitated, and we'll get to that. So I came up with my own anagram. You won't find it anywhere else on the internet. I invented this. So if anybody else tries to claim it, and instead of art of death, I came up with throated AF. I'm sorry. You can figure it out. But it uses the exact same letters as art of death. And I think because their throats were cut, I think throated AF is just a little more clever. Figure it out. And the name, it does work. Trust me, I had to do it several times to make sure it worked. That's what should have been super chatted right there, Tom Ferreira. All right, we got a couple more super chats. Let me get into this. RJ Guerrero says, first time super chatter and just wanted to say aloha to the mods, Patreons, members, 999 Army, and more importantly, kills be killing it. You be killing? Thank you so much, RJ. Appreciate that. And appreciate you always being in the streams as well, too, from Hawaii. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Eminem Tyler. I really like the scene where Daryl and Maggie found the Oceanside girls about to execute a rot. Eminem, I did too. And they just kind of turned away. They just ignored it. And you know what? It was such a dramatic moment that a lot of the rumors about the Scars episode was whether or not Michonne was killing the Oceanside, because that was such a dramatic episode. So thank you for that. And we glossed right over it. I think, did that happen in 4? Either 3 or 4. But it was early on, and it was definitely a big moment. Going back to that school and kind of hearing the speech. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. June Smith is in the house. What's up, June? My favorite episode was June. June super chats are starting to sound like that TurboTax commercial. Well, like all the TurboTax commercials. You know, the ones where they say free, 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 free. That. June is kind of like, my favorite episode was Rick, and Rick. Close enough. June is TurboTaxing it. Thank you, June. Appreciate that. And we are going to get it. I think a lot of people, I'm going to jump into the Patreons just in a minute, because we did a Patreon survey early today, and I'm going to call on a couple of them as well. But they're pretty much aligned with some of your thoughts as far as the favorite episodes. Tom Ferreira says, Tara, Henry, Rodney, Ozzy, Addie, Tammy, Enid, DJ, Alex, and Frank. There you go. Thank you. Throated AF. It's probably going to be a thing that people are going to say, probably for the wrong reasons, but it's a Walking Dead thing. And appreciate that follow-up super chat to get it as a permanent part of this video. Free Negan. Oh, I like that. Free Negan, free. Fluff is working it tonight. I got to tell you. It's kind of... Fluff's kind of like 3 for 3. But see, Fluff, here's the thing. If I got to keep reminding the members to flash a kills coin, then they don't. They're not feeling it naturally. It's got to be an organic type of thing here. It'll catch on. All right, so let me do this. I do want to give you guys some Patreon information. We got lots of new Patreons, and I promised I would get the survey that we did earlier into this. So, of the patrons that took the survey, there was a tie for best scene. And one of them was episode 5, and that was What Comes After. And that was the big Rick Grimes scene, the rebar, the flashbacks of Rick. You know, how many flashbacks have we had in Season 9? It is the best of, but one could argue, what do we have, 3? Let me think here. We had the Rick flashbacks and the hallucination. We had we'll talk about later. We had the Alpha flashbacks, and we had the Michonne flashbacks. Am I missing any other flashbacks? And in 15, we had some. Well, 15 was like a mini flashback, but I guess it would still count because they sort of told their story of what happened in Sadiq. So, at least 4. Yes, that's a good point. Jennifer Flaherty says, I remember how intense the streams were around episode 5. Natalie did flash it's a little late, Natalie. It's a little late. Natalie was trying to do the super chat and then decided to flash a kills coin to Fluff. All right, he's not there yet, but he's working, I'm going to tell you. And keep in mind, this is not just a Fluff display. Any other comments you guys see? I want to see those coins up there and just put their name afterwards so I can go back and sort of check it out. Logan, absolutely. Appreciate that. Logan says, wanted you to know how much I look forward to these chats and 999 Army for life. Absolutely. And thank you so much, Logan. We appreciate you being here. Oh, we're flashing it, Steph. If I'm going to be here on a Saturday night, we're going to be flashing some kills coins. All right, so let's walk through the dark episode of Rick. What I remember most about the episode is how everybody was trying to predict how Rick was bleeding. And they were out there. And believe me, even in some of our streams, they were out there. It was Rick is carrying Aaron after he lost his arm. It was Rick is carrying Judith. She's injured. They could fly her away in the helicopter. Rick has been there on the bridge working, and a whisper jumps out of nowhere. That was my favorite. That was probably the best, worst theory in YouTube. How many people heard the theory? They were all working on the bridge, and a whisper jumps out of nowhere and stabs Rick. Don't act like you don't remember that. I'm going to bring back all the stuff. Miller H, super chatting it with the Georgia Bulldogs logo. Miller H, thank you so much for representing Georgia as well. And Valar. Valar is that's like a Freestyle Friday thing. Villar is actually super chatting for Logan and that last comment. So thank you so much. And Villar, I would have given Logan a shout out anyway. Logan is a awesome longtime sub to this channel. There you go. We're gonna let that one go through, Logan. It was a little on the stronger R-rated comments, but thank you for being here. Right, and then we found out Rick wasn't stabbed by a Whisperer. In fact, Whisperers weren't even around. They weren't even in the area. So how many people would cast their vote when we talk about the best of Season 9 and say, I know one person is going to cast their vote, and say Episode 5 was the best? The song that played at the end of 5? Well, June Smith definitely does. A lot of people are voting for that. You know, it was good. It was beyond good. I ain't gonna lie. It was great. Not my favorite, but it was great. It was so uplifting at that moment, literally uplifting. It's what all the fans needed. We thought we were doing therapy, didn't we? Remember how like all week long we were just preparing for, I think June. It was June and a couple other people were like, kills, don't know what we're going to do. And I kept trying to comfort everybody. I was like, you know what? It doesn't make sense for them to kill Rick. It doesn't make any sense. They got to work this thing out. And it was probably one of the most fun reaction videos we've done. Good comments. Yeah, my eyes were crossing. It was pretty intense. So excited to see Rick was alive. So a good percentage of the audience, and you know what? Most of our Patreons said the Rick helicopter scene. Tom Ferreira says the first 5 episodes felt like old seasons. They did. They absolutely did. And they were shot differently too. So in addition to the survey we did, I do have a couple Patreon comments. So I'm going to use one of my kills coins for one of my patrons because at least we usually do this on Freestyle Friday. So I'm not going to do this all week long, but when we take surveys, I do want to get a couple comments in here. And Crystal Newfield says, I had to go with the Rick helicopter scene because it was epic. Not only did we see the main hero of the show survive, but it was the turning point of the series. It instigated the time jump, which gave the show new life by adding brand new characters. It also provided an opportunity to explore different dynamics and relationships between existing characters and allowed our OG to grow and bring new depth to the characters that we knew so well. And we got a little Wang Chung. If hopefully you guys listen to me read that. I want you guys to think about what I just read from one of our patrons, Crystal Newfield. Is that not 100 times more professionally written than the silly-ass articles that were posted about the ratings rant that I did this morning? Did you guys hear the ratings and how poorly that stuff and all the lack of evidence and all the crap that they put in that? If they would have written that article exactly the way Crystal wrote that, I mean, unbelievable. That's the type of professionalism and support that we need in journalism. Not only did we see the main hero of the show survive, but it was the turning point of the series. It instigated the time jump, which gave the show new life by adding brand new characters. I could just take those 2 sentences right there, and it would blow the sci-fi article and the digital spy article completely out of the water. Not only not only were their statistics bad, it was very poorly written. That's all the more reason why I love being here with you guys, and I love the thoughts and the comments and the humor and the support. Because when I read stuff like that, I'm like, this is just not somebody, dude, show sucks, stop watching it. That's a well thought out comment. That is somebody putting interest in and analyzing the episodes, and that's what this group is. And it's such a pleasure, Crystal, thank you, and such a pleasure to read stuff like that, because, look, I do get my share of stuff written on our channel and sent to me, and it's very quick and to the point. That was absolutely amazing, so thank you for that. So we'll jump around, and as I said, we some of the things, and we get this question, so let me just give you a brief commercial interruption, because there may still be some confusion after years and years and years, because we do have several tiers. And Crystal's a Patreon, you guys can see, and also a member. But the Patreons, I do post those surveys and those polls, and the Patreons are not channel members, but they are partners. And there is a lot of involvement and a lot of conversation and a lot more with Patreon sponsorship as well. A lot of our Patreons are both. But that's part of the difference, and patrons are through a third-party website, and they're just privy to conversations and stuff that I don't have a lot of times on YouTube. Channel members, you guys know, the emojis, the interaction, all of those things, but hopefully that gives a distinction between the two. And many of you are both. So, and some of you are neither, which is totally cool too. But when I get the question, I feel kind of obligated to sort of explain it. All right. So let me do this, because we did have Lisa Mandy Khaleesi a little bit earlier, and she used up her Kills coin, the first ever Kills coin that was given out. So I'm just going to ask right now, we're midway through the video, the members, if you guys think that Fluff's comments deserved a Kills coin, a topic token, flash it up on the screen right now. And if so, I will throw a first half of the season comment and put the pressure on our very own Fluff Salisbury. If I get enough coins on the screen, it's going to be like Super Mario. Yeah, there's some Fluff support. There's some. All right, Fluff. The floor is yours. Let's do it. Your favorite Walking Dead moment so far in the first half, not the second half. First half only. Fluff is like, oh my God, he called my name. Under pressure. It's there. Fluff. We lost. Don't tell me the second ever giveaway, Fluff went AWOL. Oh, man. Fluff bolted. Oh, he's thinking. Yeah. Imagine how the guy with the microphone feels every night. Yeah, see? Not so easy, is it? All right. Fluff, you go ahead and think about it. We're going to move on to episode number 6. Who are you now? I know who I am in episode number 6. My new... Ask me who my new favorite character is on The Walking Dead. Because episode 6 is where I found my new favorite character. You guys know. Anybody want to chime in? I've been ranting about her for the longest time. Some people are like, Magna. No, it's not Magna. It's Judith. Judith Grimes. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Judith saves Magna's group. Now, maybe if Magna would have saved Judith, then Magna would be my favorite. But no. It's Judith. Judith is amazing. Every single part, every single scene, she has been phenomenal. Jacob Mooney says better actress than Laura. I don't disagree. I'm not afraid to say it. So we got a lot of stuff. We got our first glimpse of Magna. Got our first glimpse of RJ. Anybody remember seeing RJ for the first time? I'll stop. Like, I'm gonna open a can of worms on a Saturday night. Half our audience is probably drinking. They're gonna get riled up. So, oh no, we know where you're going with that one, Kills. I saw him that night. For sure. And we had not only, correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't over 2 episodes, was it? Didn't we meet Magna and Magna want to kill Michonne all in the same episode? They didn't push that to the start of 7 of Stradivarius. I don't think they did, right? So I think she got saved, she went before the council, and then she was going to kill her all in one episode. We're like, holy cow, man, this Magna is a crazy chick. And if you guys wonder, is there any room to speed these episodes up? I'd say no. Angela Kang has been... This is why we're recapping it. This is why it's such a good season, because all this stuff, when you talk about it and you think about it again, it's like, wow, that's some quick stuff. Because in the very next episode, we've got Rosita out there. We got Rosita. Actually, I think the Eugene Rosita thing happened at the end of Who Are You Now? Is that correct? Rosita kind of getting knocked out and up against a tree. I got a super chat. I got June Smith. Kills, please answer easy peasy, and why is that wrong? Hold on now. June, I got a lot of stuff going on here. If I go back to a super chat, I'm probably so far out of context right now. I'm clueless with this one though, June. I'm sorry. Maybe the mods, I don't know if you guys were following along with that. You guys can... Okay, easy peasy. Okay, there you go. It's been happening for a long time. Every time I make time for live chat, never get acknowledged. Been happening for a long time. Easy peasy. I can tell you, man, if you saw my screen and you knew how this is scrolling, it's not intentional. It's either the timing or a topic or something happens. And the only thing I can tell you is just be patient, type it a few times, and depending on the lapse, we'll jump into it. So, but I see your question at this point because chat slowed down. Thoughts on Rick coming back to the show, Kills? Wrong of AMC to do that. He ain't coming back, ever. Yeah, it's cool, but, I will say, and no offense, because this has been brought up in many live streams, but I get asked this question a lot. And the reason he's not coming back is because they promoted it as Rick's final episode. There is no way they can bring him back because especially the way, we talked about the ratings rants and we talked about the media. If AMC were to bring Rick back, can you imagine what the Walking Dead haters are going to say? Can you imagine the articles that are going to come out? Scam. AMC used a marketing ploy to get people to watch last year. AMC made millions saying Rick's final 2 episodes. AMC made billions saying watch Rick's final episode. AMC just brought Rick back, tricked the audience. They can't do that. You got to understand that. When they say it's his final episode, he's gone. He will never, I will stake it right now, he will not come back to the TV show ever, ever, ever. It's not even a question of him changing his mind. In fact, the rumor out there is, and Daryl Stoltz and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, is that the show is so good right now. Apparently, this is a rumor. I wasn't there. I didn't hear it. But apparently, Andrew Lincoln told Norman that he missed being on the show. And the show is taking a different direction. But that doesn't mean he's coming back. Easy peasy. Hang on. You might have missed what I was saying there while you were typing. If you want me to acknowledge you, you got to listen to kind of what I'm saying. That's the only deal. So, when your question is, what is wrong with him coming back or changing his mind, that's pretty much my whole spiel there. That's my whole conversation. There's nothing wrong with him changing his mind. In fact, most of the people here would certainly, I don't think there's a person in this room. How many people in this room would be upset? You're good, but just stick with me for a second. How many people in this room would be upset if Rick came back on a television show? I think nobody would. We would be right front and center. In fact, we were begging him not to leave in the first place. But when you get into the legality of it and you start doing that, could they do it? Sure. Will they do it? No. They're not going to do it. They are going for bigger and better things, and they're going to go with the Walking Dead movie. The group has moved on. 1189 Paris, last episode, if Rick lives in the movies. I don't think so. I don't think... See, it was also a little bit tricky as well. Because they didn't say Andrew Lincoln's final episodes. They said Rick Grimes. So it wasn't even a case of whether or not they were going to replace the actor and do a recast many, many years later. I don't agree, Donnie. If he changed his mind, I think, let me also say this, because we're kind of going around a topic that we found was not even an important topic. Many, many people have said the show is better without the Rick Grimes storyline. That the actors are better. That the story is better. In fact, when I hear people talking about 14 and 15 being some of the best episodes of The Walking Dead ever, well, guess who wasn't on 14 or 15? You can't say it both ways. I'm going to say it, June. I might be the only person that can say it, and I'm a little hesitant. I personally thought 14 and 15 were 2 of the best episodes ever on the show. Loved them. I love the actors. I love the involvement. It doesn't mean that I don't want to see a Rick Grimes movie. I absolutely want to see a Rick Grimes movie, and I want to see that play out. But I don't need him on the television show anymore. I moved on. I'm beyond Rick Grimes on the TV show. But June, I'm going to tell you what. Whether it is at a movie theater, which it won't be, or on AMC, you and me can sit down on that bench like we were talking about earlier. You can give me one of those Philly cheesesteaks, and I will be in the front row with you, and I'll be screaming Rick Grimes all day long because I want to see a Rick Grimes movie just as bad as you do. But I don't want to see him on the TV show again. I'm done. I'm done with it. I like the story. I like the airtime. I like the fact that the other people are part of the story. And they weren't always a part of the story. And I don't think that I'm the only person that has that opinion. I don't think, I'm the only one talking right now. So obviously my voice is what's coming across. But, think about it this way, June. When Rick was on the TV show, all we had was The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. Now, we got The Walking Dead movie, The Walking Dead, and Fear the Walking Dead. It's like triplets. So much better. So much better for the Walking Dead universe. All right. I'm going to jump around to a couple more topics. Now, there's still some people say if he wants to come back, he wants to come back. I don't think it's needed. I really don't. Julia Muse is like, Kills, you got mad at me for my Rick Grimes argument on 9-5. Julie, you will probably not be the last person I ever get mad at. And probably not in a stream. But you know what? At the end of the stream, it's all good. We're going to disagree. I think the passion is what keeps us all together. 1189 Paris said, once Carl died, Rick's story on the show kind of died too. Paris, I agree. Diehard Rick fans are not going to agree. It's just one of those, it's one of those vicious cycles. It's never going to play itself out. There's certainly going to be a contingency of people that think the show is better with Rick. I wasn't sure, and I had to see it for myself. And I think that Angela Kang proved it. I'm gonna do an Angela Kang emoji. She's that awesome. June Smith says, I'm closing my ears singing, do wah diddy diddy dum diddy do. There he was, just a flying away, singing, do wah diddy diddy dum diddy do. Rick will never come back to stay. There you go. See, June, you super chatted it. I'll take your song and I'll play it against you. I got something for everybody. He won't come back to the show no more. Is it any more clear than that? Thank you. Thank you for everybody that tuned in for a little bit of the Power Hour with Killshot. All right, we are going to, let's advance. Because we're almost an hour into this thing. And we might not get through, we might not even get through the first half. So I sense look, we can do this a couple ways. Because Evolution is the last of the first half. So we can talk about Evolution and just end this stream and not do a follow-up, or we're not doing a 2-hour stream. Not going to happen, Derek, because if I do a 2-hour stream, nobody's watching the playback. Even the people that can't watch, that have other things going on, they have limitations as well. But I'll say this. If you guys are interested, since we haven't seen the season finale, Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to take a day off either Wednesday or Thursday, but one day next week, we will do the second half. And that way we'll have the complete second half. Kel, I got to tell you, it's a good thing you don't have my credit card, because Kel gives Kills coins away like they're water. If Kel's had my credit card, man, I don't know what would be going on. But Kels, you're the only person that's been given the fluff Kills coin. The rest of the members are just like, nah, whatever. He's already gotten one. Not real impressed with it. I I'm not saying she doesn't. I'm just saying that didn't seem to excite a lot of Fluff's comments. Excite me. I think the guy's brilliant. But I got to defer to my greenies over there. If the greenies aren't spamming it, then we don't reward halfway performance. Fluff has got to bring his A game. Can't bring the A- game or the B+ game. I'm vetoing you, Kels. We're giving you the veto because the green team is not spoken. So this is what we're going to do because we just hit an hour. And I do want to talk about Evolution a little bit because that was a powerful episode. I don't know if a lot of people had it ranked in their top 3. But I'm just going to ask you guys right now, if you guys want to do a second half to this during the week, hit the like button. Or just type something in chat that, you're down for doing a best of Season 9 second half recap. If not, if it's like one person spamming a kills coin like Kel was doing for Fluff, then I'm going to say, okay, well, looks like the group doesn't. Fluff, I got you. But we moved on. I'm gonna carry that over to the next one. The People's Champ. All right, so we will continue on another day. So Fluff, because we gave Fluff a kills coin. You're right. He didn't get a chance to use it. We moved on. I was kind of waiting for it. Kel was spamming to bring my attention to it. My bad, everybody. I'm hyped up about some of the other topics going on. So Fluff, you will carry over until the second half. I got you penciled in. Does that work for everybody? And it does appear that we got enough interest in doing a second half recap. I'm just catching up on a couple comments. All right, let's move on to number 8, Evolution. Evolution was the eerie scene, the graveyard, the first time we get to see a whisperer, the death of Jesus. I'm kind of curious. How did you guys stack that up for the season? There were mixed emotions with it because some people were very happy about the whispers finally being there. And then there's some people like, you know what a waste of character. We wish Jesus wouldn't have died. Very scary episode. When the whisperer ducked. Scary and freaky. It was aight. So Ray's saying it's aight. And so I don't feel like a lot of, it's kind of my top 3. And you know what? Even the Patreons didn't have that rated up really high. They had a little bit more emphasis on the second. Pete D said it was the creepiest yet. You are where you should not be. Right? I mean, people were dreaming about that. Very scary. Had a great horror movie vibe to it. All that training he did just to die like that. Tracy, hate we lost Jesus, but they didn't use him like they should have. So a lot of that. All right, so, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about that because we're 64 minutes in on a Saturday night and you guys are all here. But I do want to do one more thing. All right. So here's the deal before we wrap this stream up. So all the people in green are going to be the voters. Anyone who's not in green, that means non-members. Many of you not in green are going to become members very soon because I've gotten a lot of messages and people trying to figure it out. So I want all of the non-members to think about something. This is going to be for a kills coin. So we got to be really careful with how we do this. It's going to be a little bit crazy. So the people in green, when you see a quote you like, you can only pick one. You're going to flash the kills coin. You're going to put the person's name. I'm going to try to keep up. We're testing this a little bit. It's not a perfect science, okay? So anyone that is not in green, what you guys are going to do is give me your best quote from the first half of the season. You're going to have to think back on it. And everybody in green, I want you to do me a favor. Pay attention to the quotes and then pick one. It's got to be a kills coin. It's got to be the person's name. We're going to see the real hardcore fans. I do like that. I can't get it to show up. All right, Fluff is saying Jim. We got to vote for Jim. Anna's saying Jim. I missed Jim's comment. So a couple people. Let's see what Jim said. We got Ziglet. We got Leanne. Jordan, that was second half. It's a great quote and probably my favorite quote from the whole season. I found my family. I missed Leanne's comment too. I told you it's going to be an exact science, or an inexact science. We're going to have to mess around with this a little bit. Brother, give me your hand. All right. All right, here we go. It's going to be just really quick. I'm going to call it a tie. So, yes, we are giving away 2 tokens. So, Jim and Leanne. And we're going to go ahead and just spend them here. So, I want to test you guys. I want to get everybody kind of, into the vibe of what we're doing here. So, Jim, I want you to give me any comments you want. Any shout-outs, any specific thing that you want to do right here, right now. Let me know what it is. And then we'll get to Leanne in a second. So part of these contests we're going to do is if you're going to play, you kind of got to be a step ahead of everybody else and sort of think of what you're going to say and what you're going to do when you get put on the spot. Unlike Fluff Salisbury, who stalled and waited. I'm not taking your token away, Fluff, but you got to be a little quicker on the draw. So we'll get Jim. Shout out to our mod squad. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with that. I think that's pretty solid. We'll go with that. Mod squad does an amazing job. All right. And we got Leanne. We're going to go back to you. You had a little bit more time to think about it. So there you go, everybody. That is from... There you go. Took a little while to kick in. But Jim09, shout to our mod squad. And now Leanne, a little message from you to get included in this video? And Leanne has a question for the group as well. So we're going to make this a super chat spotlight from Leanne. And if all of you could just kind of read the comment and feel free to chime in. Oh my goodness, hold on. Wow, that's a pretty serious one. You guys, in the future, you guys could try to keep it at 50 words. Leanne's like a paragraph. All right, there it is, everybody. That is Leanne's comment. So Leanne says, want to ask the group if anyone noticed the walker in the beginning of episode 1 that fell into the museum and landed on the rebar just like Rick. Khaleesi says, yes, I noticed. Yes, set up his departure. Yes, I do. Jennifer Flaherty did not see that. Natalie, yes. Fluff, I'm holding my token until next week. Salisbury says nope. Darlene Rainig, yes. Laura Rand says yes. A little bit of foreshadowing to Singer Chick. Definitely saw it. Yep, called it. Yes, I did. All right, so good stuff. Good call out. There were a whole lot of clues, a whole lot of hints. I'm sure once we get to the end of this season, we'll go back and we'll look at some hidden clues and some secret hints and all of the above. So that is where we're going to wind it down, everybody. Hey, I want to say thank you for being here on a Saturday night. A little special Walking Dead chat. It did extend a little bit further. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Coffee with Kills. We're going to be doing streams all throughout the day. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know toward the end of the stream, it got a little bit stagnant because we were rolling out something new, and I appreciate all of you guys being patient. Normally, our streams, it's kind of like the season, right? First 3 episodes sort of wound up, and then once we get going, it's going to be great. I do think the Kills coins are going to be a fun thing that we do. It's going to get a lot more people involved, but it will get faster. So just take my word for it. We'll play around with it in future streams, and especially on Freestyle Friday. I got one more super chat we got, and it's Betty Jackson. Please give our only baby, Rachel Jackson, a shout-out for her 18th birthday today. She just became a new Walking Dead buddy. She deserves it. So, absolutely. Rachel Jackson, a shout-out to you. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Yes, happy birthday. Happy 18th birthday. I'm sure you probably never heard anybody sing that song to you before. But, yeah. I'm being sarcastic. I'm sure you hear it a lot. Darlene Rainig, sign off with a song for Chris. That was like perfect, right? Any Walking Dead melodies you guys would like to hear on the way out the door? Like to sort of take us into tomorrow? This is it. Last call. Fluff. Something I know. Fluff, maybe we'll give Fluff a redemption. Fluff, you have the opportunity to use your Kills coin now to put into the jukebox and come up with a 80s song request for our very own Chris Rainig. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. You have the opportunity to be a hero. You're on the spot. It's got to be something that you know that was on his list from last night and would also make him very, very happy. Will Fluff come through, or will he stall us again? That's the big question, everybody. Looks like he's thinking. Yeah, that's what I thought, Fluff. The final countdown? No. Come on, Fluff. It's got to be something like Journey or Guns N' Roses or REO Speedwagon. You don't want no final countdown. Got to be like some David Lee Roth or something. D-Slice, Andy James, After Midnight. Season final melody. All right, you know what? Fluff, we've given you a hard time. And Chris, we've given you a hard time. But just remember, no matter what we do on these streams, we're going to keep on loving you. And you should have seen by the look in my eyes, yeah, there was something missing. You should have known by the tone of my voice, yeah, that you didn't listen. That's for you, Chris. That's for you, Fluff. I'm going to keep on loving you guys. Thanks. Have a good night, everybody. It's been a blast. Go do what you do on Saturday night. We will be right back here Sunday morning, Coffee with Kills. It probably won't be a rant, but I can't promise at what degree of the coffee cup I'm going to be at. If it's early, it'll be mellow. If it's, we'll see how it goes. One more shout out, everybody. Look at that. Mods, great job as always. Patreons, thank you so much. Our Patreon team is just growing beyond my wildest dreams. Our members, we're like 53 members so far. We're going to be at 60. We get to 60, we're unlocking the Angela Kang emoji. Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells, wonderful job. Thank you for everything you do on the show. Members, thanks for being patient with the Kills coins, and everybody else, the 999 Army, especially you, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You get a special shout out. That's the only shout out I'm giving in this video, singling out, and everybody else, I'm going to give you one awesome shout out. And don't think that when The Walking Dead ends tomorrow night that it's the end of our season, because we're doing a reaction video, and then all day Monday we're going to be streaming, and then we're going to be doing a stream Tuesday night, and then Wednesday maybe, probably not Thursday, and then we got Game of Thrones, and then we got Nosferatu, and then we've got Stranger Things coming up. We got Fear the Walking Dead coming up. So I promise you it'll be a fun and event-filled summer. So I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Peace.